Foundation. I am Yogita Dhande, competitive exam coach and founder of Vec Foundation. Today, we are going to learn next lesson of a Homi Bhabha Junior Scientist course, and that is cell. Students, we see different living organisms in our surrounding, different plants and different animals. So all the living organisms are made up of cells. Like buildings are made up of bricks, book is made up of pages. Like that, bodies of all living organisms are made up of cell. And cell is the basic unit of structure and function in all living things. Cell is called structural or functional unit of living organisms because structure of living organisms is made up of cells and all the functions in living organisms are carried out by cell, and that's why cell is called basic structural and functional unit of living organism. The branch of biology which deals with study of cell is called cytology. Discovery of cell. Cell were discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665 when he observed a thin slice of cork under his microscope. He noticed large number of boxes joined together to form a honeycomb-like structure, and he called these little boxes as cell. In Greek, cellulae or cell means small compartment. The word cell is derived from the Latin word cella, and cella means small compartment. Cell is the basic unit of structure and function in all living things. Cell theory. Two German scientists, Schilden and Schwann, proposed cell theory in 1838 and 1839 respectively. According to the cell theory, all plants are composed of cells and cell is the basic unit of life. Later, in 1865, Robert Virchow modified this theory as omnis cellula a cellula, means all cells arise from pre-existing cell. Modern cell theory states that every living organism is made up of one or many cells. A cell is the basic structural and functional unit of all living organisms. New cells arise by the division of pre-existing cells, and every organism starts its life as a single cell. Number of cells in different organisms are different. Number of cells depends on body size. Smaller the body size, less number of cells. Larger the body size, large number of cells. Some organisms are formed of single cell only, means their body is made up of only one cell. These organisms are called unicellular organisms. Example, amoeba, euglena, paramecium, yeast, Chalidomonas. These are unicellular organisms. Their body is made up of single cell only, and all the life processes are performed by the single cell. Multicellular organisms. Multi means many and cellular means made up of cells, and multicellular means made up of many cells. Some organisms are formed of many cells. These organisms are called multicellular organisms. In multicellular organisms, different functions are carried out by different cells. Examples of multicellular organisms are frog, tiger, monkey, neem tree, guava tree, peepal tree, banyan tree, etc. Shape of cell. There are different types of cell according to shape, and shape of the cell depends on the function it performs. The different types of cells are red blood cells. Shape of red blood cells is round and biconcave, oval, spherical shape. Muscle cells, spindle shape. Guard cells, kidney shape, kidney-like shape. Nerve cells, long and branched thread-like. Sperm cell, spiral shape. White blood cells, irregular shape, and this is also called amoeboid shape. Size of the cell. Cells are microscopic. We can't see cell with naked eye, and so cells were discovered after the discovery of microscope. Cells are so small that we can't see cell with our naked eye, and cell size is measured in the unit called micron. 1 micron is equal to 1000th part of millimeter. The smallest human cell is red blood cells, and its size is 0.1 micron in diameter. The largest human cell is female ovum and its size is 0.01 mm in diameter. Longest cell in human body is nerve cell and its length is about 1 meter. Largest cell is the egg of ostrich, and its size is 15 to 20 centimeter in diameter. And in plant kingdom, largest cell is ovum of cycas plant. Basic parts of cell. There are four basic parts of cell: cell membrane, cell wall, cytoplasm, and nucleus. If cell is observed under compound microscope, these parts are visible. Means these parts are present in all type of cells. So the cell which contain these parts is called generalized cell. And the other part of the cells are very microscopic and they can't be seen through compound microscope. To observe the other part of cell, powerful electron microscope is used. Cell membrane. Cell membrane or plasma membrane is a selectively permeable membrane. It is called selectively permeable because it allows only selective substances to pass through it. Permeable means to allow to pass through it, and selectively permeable means to allow only selected substances to pass through it. So cell membrane allows only selected substances to pass through it. That's why it is a selectively permeable membrane. Functions of cell membrane: it forms the boundary of the cell. Cell membrane separates cell from one another and also from surrounding medium. Cell membrane gives special identity to the cell and shape of the cell. This is the picture of cell membrane. So these are lipids and these are proteins, protein molecules. So cell membrane is made up of lipid and proteins. Cell membrane helps to maintain the shape of the cell. It is selectively permeable means it allows only useful substances like oxygen, water, nutrients, vitamins, enzymes, hormones to enter, and only waste substances like carbon dioxide, excess salts, urea to leave the cell. Homeostasis. A constant internal environment is maintained in spite of the changes outside the cell, and that is called homeostasis. Cell membrane is selectively permeable. Cell wall. Cell wall is non-living part of the cell and cell wall is present only in plant cell. In plant cell, there is a extra covering around cell membrane and that is cell wall. Cell wall is a non-living and formed by cellulose in green plant, and in non-green plant, cell wall is made up of chitin. It lies outside the plasma membrane. Functions of cell wall: it provides rigidity and mechanical support to the cell. Means because of cell wall, plant cell become rigid. Rigid means hard, and it provides extra support or strength to the plant cell. It protects the internal structure and determines its shape. Cell wall is freely permeable to substances dissolved in solution. Freely permeable means it allows all type of substances to enter and exit through it. Cytoplasm. You can see there is a jelly-like substance inside the cell, and this jelly-like semi-fluid substance between the cell membrane and nucleus is called cytoplasm. So cytoplasm is a living part of the cell and it is in continuous motion. It contains up to 90% water, and cytoplasm stores different substances like amino acid, means proteins, glucose, and vitamins. Many metabolic reaction takes place in the cell cytoplasm. Cell organelles are embedded in the cytoplasm. Cell organelles means internal organs of the cell. They are called cell organelles. You can see in the picture, the cell organelles are embedded in the cytoplasm. The part of the cytoplasm other than cell organelle is called cytosol. Protoplasm. Protoplasm is a material inside the cell. It is a colorless jelly-like viscous substance. Protoplasm is made up of cytoplasm and nucleus. The protoplasm which is present in the nucleus is called nucleoplasm. The protoplasm which surrounds the nucleus is called cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is made up of cytosol and cell organelles. Cytosol is the fluid inside the cell except nucleus and cell organelles. सेल में जो फ्लूइड होता है उसमें से अगर न्यूक्लियस एंड सेल ऑर्गेनेल्स को रिमूव किया तो जो फ्लूइड रहता है उसे साइटोजोल कहते हैं. तो साइटोजोल मीन्स द फ्लूइड एक्सेप्ट सेल ऑर्गेनेल एंड न्यूक्लियस. साइटोप्लाज्म मीन्स साइटोजोल प्लस सेल ऑर्गेनेल and protoplasm means cytosol plus nucleus. Cell organelles. This is the internal structure of the cell and these are the internal organs of the cell and they are also called cell organelles. The living structure which are suspended in the cytoplasm are called cell organelles. They are also called organs of the cell. An organelle is a specialized unit within the cell that has a specific function. For example, Golgi complex, plastids, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, centrioles, lysosomes, ribosomes, and vacuoles. These are cell organelles. First, mitochondria. Mitochondria is also called powerhouse of the cell because mitochondria produces energy for the cell. They produce energy by oxidation of food during cell respiration in the form of ATP molecule. So main function of mitochondria is respiration and respiration is the process of producing energy by oxidation of food. So mitochondria break down food and produce energy. So mitochondria are called sites of cellular respiration because the process of respiration takes place in mitochondria. Mitochondria occur in large number in the cell, in the animal cell, and it is a double membrane bound cell organelle. So outer membrane is straight, but the inner membrane is deeply folded and each fold is called cristae. Mitochondria consist of enzymes necessary for oxidation of food. There is a matrix in the folds of inner membrane and in this matrix process of respiration takes place and energy is produced and this energy is stored in the form of ATP molecules. Function of mitochondria. First, mitochondria help in cellular respiration. Second, food is oxidized in mitochondria and energy is produced in mitochondria. Next organelle is Golgi complex. It is also called secretory organ of the cell because its main function is secretion of substances. Golgi body was observed by Camillo Golgi and its structure is like a stack of flat balloons or stack of tightly packed thin membranes. Each fold is called cisternae or lamellae. Golgi bodies in plant cells are called dictosomes. Functions of Golgi bodies. Its main function is secretion. Secretion of enzymes, hormones, oil from the cell. Next function of Golgi bodies is storage of substances in the cell. Golgi bodies store different type of substances. Golgi bodies help in the formation of carbohydrates, proteins, enzymes, and lipids. In plant cells, Golgi bodies involve in the formation of cell wall. So Golgi bodies also involved in manufacture of different types of substances like enzymes and hormones, packaging of substances and transporting them wherever they are needed inside the cell. Endoplasmic reticulum, it is the transport system of the cell and its main function is transportation of substances within the cell. Endoplasmic reticulum is a network of membranes that divides the cytoplasm into channels. It helps in the transfer of substances within the cell. Endoplasmic reticulum are of two types, smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum, its outer surface is smooth and its main function is lipid synthesis. Lipid means fat. And smooth endoplasmic reticulum is attached to plasma membrane. Rough endoplasmic reticulum, its outer surface is rough because of attachment of ribosomes and its main function is protein synthesis and rough endoplasmic reticulum is attached to nuclear membrane. Functions of endoplasmic reticulum. transportation of material from one part of the cell to the other. It also provides large surface area for the life function to take place. Rough endoplasmic reticulum plays an important role in protein synthesis. It also transports proteins synthesized by ribosomes to that part of the cell where they are needed. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum plays an important role in lipid synthesis. Lipid means fats. Some lipids are used in building plasma membrane, while some other proteins and lipids are used to form hormones and enzymes. Next organelle of the cell is lysosome. Lysosomes are also called suicidal bag, cleaning department of the cell, garbage disposal system of the cell, mini digestive system of the cell, and auto squad. Lysosomes are also called mini digestive system of the cell because lysosomes contain powerful and very strong digestive enzymes, and they digest the debris produced in cell and foreign element that enter in the cell. Lysosomes are small rounded sacs, and lysosomes are single membrane bound cell organelle, and lysosome contain very strong digestive enzymes. In 1974, C.V. discovered lysosome. Lysosomes are single membrane bound cell organelle, and they are also called as suicidal bag because when the cell is damaged, lysosome burst and the digestive enzyme inside the lysosome digest the cell in which the lysosome lives. So they are also called suicidal bags. Function of lysosomes. Lysosomes help in the digestion of food within the cell. They protect the body from bacteria. They help in the removal of old worn-out cell organelles. If any cell organelle is worn out and damaged, then lysosome digests such old worn out cell organelles and keep the interior of the cell clean. Ribosomes are protein factories of the cell, and ribosome is the smallest and membraneless organelle of the cell, and its main function is protein synthesis. They are also called protein factories of the cell. Lysosomes are very, very small structures, and they are scattered in cytoplasm, or they are attached to the outer surface of rough endoplasmic reticulum. Function of ribosome is protein synthesis. Centrosome. Centrosome is present only in animal cell. The name centrosome was given by the scientist Bauer. Centrosome is a rounded structure which is present near the nucleus. It consists of two centrioles, and its function is to initiate and regulate cell division in animal cell. So these are centrosome, and they are near nucleus. Centriole. These are centrioles. So centrioles are two rounded dot-like bodies present near the nucleus only in animal cell. Centrioles and centrosome are present only in animal cells. They always occur in pair at right angles to one another near one pole of the nucleus. And its function is to help in cell division. It also helps in the formation of cilia and flagella. Plastids. Plastids are found in plant cell only. The plastids are double membrane bound cell organelle, and their shape may be oval, disc shape, or spherical. And there are three types of plastid: leucoplast, chloroplast, chromoplast. Leucoplast means they are colorless plastid, and their main function is storage of food. They store starch, protein, and fats. Chloroplast. Chloroplast are double membrane bound cell organelles, and they are green in color due to the presence of chlorophyll. So chloroplast contain chlorophyll, and their main function is photosynthesis to prepare food for the plant. They carry out the process of photosynthesis and impart green color to the leaves of the plant. Because of presence of chlorophyll, they impart green color. Chlorophyll means green colored pigment, and they are called kitchen of the cell because they prepare food for the plant. Next, chromoplast. Chromo means colorful. Plast means plastid. Chromoplast are colorful plastid, and their main function is to give color to the plant parts like fruits and flowers. Structure of chloroplast. A chloroplast is a double membrane bound cell organelles, outer membrane and inner membrane. The inside of the chloroplast is clearly marked onto a colorless ground matrix called stroma. Inside the chloroplast, there is a ground material, base material, that is called stroma. In the stroma, there is a stack-like structure, and this is called granum. And many granum are called grana. So the stack-like structure, stack of coin-like structure is called granum. And each coin-like structure is called thylakoid. Thylakoid contain chlorophyll, and the process of photosynthesis takes place in thylakoid. Grana are stacks of membrane-bound flattened sacs containing the molecules of chlorophyll. The thylakoid stack is known as granum. Each thylakoid have chlorophyll molecule on their surface that trap sunlight and take part in the process of photosynthesis. The stacks of grana are connected by stromal lamella. The lamellae act like a skeleton of the chloroplast, keeping all sacs in safe distance from the other sacs. Vacuoles. Vacuoles are fluid-filled spaces found in cytoplasm. This is vacuole. Vacuole means sac-like structure we store material. So there are different type of vacuole: waste vacuole, food vacuole, air vacuole, gas vacuole. So waste vacuole store waste substances, food vacuole store food substances, food, and gas vacuole store gases. The cavity of vacuole is filled with cell sap. There is a fluid inside vacuole that is called cell sap. The cell sap stores food, water, and pigment. And the outer membrane of vacuole is called tonoplast. A mature plant cell has single large vacuole. Functions of vacuole. Vacuole keeps the plant cell turgid. Vacuoles help in storage of food, water, and other substances. They help in excretion. They also help in maintaining the shape of the cell. In plant cells, the vacuoles are usually quite large, and in animal cells, the vacuoles are lesser in number and smaller in size. Nucleus. A small spherical mass present in the center of cytoplasm is called nucleus. In animal cell, nucleus is at the center, but in plant cell, nucleus is pushed towards periphery because of presence of large central vacuole. Nuclear envelope. The outer covering of the nucleus is called nuclear envelope, and it is the double membranous structure having pores. These pores are called nuclear pores, and exchange of material takes place through nuclear pores. Exchange of material from nucleoplasm to cytoplasm and from cytoplasm to nucleoplasm takes place through nuclear pores. Nucleoplasm. The dense fluid inside the nucleus is called nucleoplasm, and it contains raw materials like enzymes, metal ions, and DNA and RNA. Nucleolus, you can see here a dark dot-like structure, and that is nucleolus. It is membraneless, and the content of nucleolus is in direct contact with nucleoplasm. It contains ribonucleic acid, and its main function is to produce ribosomes. So nucleolus is also called factory of ribosomes. Chromatin fibers. So the thread-like structure is called chromatin fibers. Chromatin fibers, thread-like structure in nucleoplasm, are present in nucleoplasm. During cell division, these fibers become thick, and these thick fibers of chromatin fibers are called chromosomes. Chromosomes contain genes, and genes contain hereditary information. So the genes are responsible for transmitting characteristics from parents to offspring, and that's why genes are also called units of heredity. The number of chromosomes is defined in different organisms. In humans, there are 46 chromosomes, means 23 pairs. Function of nucleus. The nucleus acts like brain or control center of the and control all the functions of the cell. It stores all hereditary characteristics of the parent and transmits it to their offspring. It plays an important part during the cell division and it is responsible for ribosome synthesis. Chromatin fibers. These thread-like parts inside the nucleus are called chromatin fibers. Chromatin fibers, thread-like structures, are present in nucleoplasm. During cell division, the chromatin fibers become thin and they are called chromosomes. Chromosomes contain genes and genes are responsible for transmitting characteristics from parents to offspring.